Angel Reese had the game in her hands. 81-81 with econs left on the clock. A wide open layup underneath the basket. All she had to do was make it, but she missed. The ball rolled off the rim. Indiana survived, and as Reese hunched over in dejection while her teammates consoled her, Caitlin Clark walked behind her smiling and laughing.
Great board, just could not convert it.
Was pushed under the hoop just enough to not have a great angle.
On camera in front of everyone, Dave Portnoy called it the top 1 GIF of all time. DraftKings said the rivalry is alive. Clay Travis called it a meme for a long time coming. Linda Cohn said sometimes life happens the way it is supposed to. And Indiana went on to win 95-91 in overtime for their 4th straight victory. All 4 coming against playoff teams.
8 seconds remaining. 5 seconds. Howard launches. Missed it badly. Reese the putback. Won't go. Hillman, no. And we have overtime. Angel Reese had a point-blank putback, but could not finish it. And this game goes to...
Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications right now, because what happened in Atlanta on Sunday is the most viral moment of this entire WNBA season, and it is only getting bigger. Here is what the night actually looked like before that final missed layup. Reese was not just bad at the buzzer.
Go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Reese gets denied by Timpson.
She shot 5 of 16 from the field and missed approximately 8 layups throughout the game, not just the last one. Coming into Sunday, she had shot 28% on layups over her previous 3 games, 1 of 13 in one game, 3 of 13 in another, and on Sunday, she continued that pattern in the most devastating way possible. The Dream were down 3 starters. Alicia Gray poured in 32 points and did everything she could to carry Atlanta. Ryan Howard added 17, and still the Dream needed Reese to make a wide open layup underneath the basket to win the game. She missed it. Clark, meanwhile, played 41 minutes in Atlanta Heat and finished with 26 points and 9 assists.
Clark, guarded by Sherrod, will fire a bomb and hit from way downtown.
Make some more.
Love that alley as Clark buries the 3.
She scored 5 points during a 10-0 run in the first quarter that gave Indiana an early foothold. When Atlanta went on a 17-4 run in the second quarter and took a 10-point lead, Clark was the one keeping Indiana close enough to fight back. In the fourth quarter, down 8 with time running out, she orchestrated the run that tied it. Mitchell hit a 3 with 1 minute and 5 seconds left to force overtime. Clark made 2 free throws with 9.8 seconds left in overtime to seal it. And Timpson, who has quietly become one of the most important players on this roster, made 3 straight layups in overtime to blow the game open and finished with 20 points for the best performance of her career. Indiana is 23-12, 4 straight wins against playoff teams, first in the Eastern Conference, and the woman at the center of all of it spent Sunday walking behind a devastated Angel Reese and laughing while the sports world lost its mind, watching the footage spread everywhere. Now here is what makes the laugh so significant beyond just the viral moment. Clark and Reese have been positioned as rivals since their college days. The WNBA's marketing machine spent the early part of this season building Reese up as the alternative star. The player whose success would prove the league's growth was not entirely dependent on Clark. Reese got the features. She got the crossover attention. She got positioned as someone who could carry her own weight in the conversation. And on Sunday, with the game on the line and a wide open layup to win it all, she missed. And Clark was right there to see it happen in real time. The footage is going everywhere because it captures something no scripted moment could manufacture. Clark is not taunting, she is not pointing, she is not doing anything that could be called unsportsmanlike. She is simply walking and smiling in a way that tells you exactly what she thinks about the situation without saying a single word. The rival who has been held up as her equal. The moment that mattered most, the ball rolling off the rim and Clark laughing. That is a meme because it is completely authentic. White addressed the game's turning points at the post-game podium, and her read on what changed in the second half is worth hearing directly.
You know, we knew that. Those are the areas. I mean, at that point, I felt like, what, halftime we were still holding them to 35% from the floor, something like that. Yeah, 35% from the floor. but we were turning it over. We gave them offensive rebounds, and we put them to the foul line, 12 points from the foul line. So, those are areas that we can control, and we talked about that, about being much more disciplined in the second half. And I thought our defensive effort in the fourth quarter was outstanding, and we dug in. And we gave ourselves an opportunity because of that defense.
Indiana held Atlanta to 35% from the floor at halftime while trailing by 4. They were beating themselves with turnovers and fouls and giving the Dream second chance points, the exact formula Atlanta uses to beat teams. White identified it at halftime, and the Fever came out of the locker room and fixed it. That is a coaching adjustment landing in a Siaorti crucial game, and the player who executed it most visibly was someone who barely played in the first third of this season.
Yeah, I think we're just really resilient. I think we were down 8 going into the fourth, and we kind of just put our head down and kept plugging away. And I felt like we played like a kind of like a B- game. Like, it wasn't our best. Obviously, we probably didn't shoot the ball all that well. 25% from 3 and 44 from the field, and obviously left 6 points at the free throw line. But we knew going into halftime a lot of the stuff that we talked about pregame that were keys to win, like we just weren't doing. We were fouling. We had some costly turnovers, and then they had points off of O boards, and that's how this team beats you, is simply by getting to the free throw line and getting O boards and putbacks. Yeah, I think we're just really resilient. I think we were down 8 going into the fourth, and we kind of just put our head down and kept plugging away. And I felt like we played like a kind of like a B- game. Like, it wasn't our best. Obviously, we probably didn't shoot the ball all that well. 25% from 3 and 44 from the field, and obviously left 6 points at the free throw line. But we knew going into halftime a lot of the stuff that we talked about pregame that were keys to win, like we just weren't doing. We were fouling. We had some costly turnovers, and then they had points off of O boards, and that's how this team beats you, is simply by getting to the free throw line and getting O boards and putbacks. And we thought
Somebody else's night every single game. That sentence captures what Indiana has become in August. On Friday, it was Ty Harris going perfect from 3 in the fourth quarter. On Sunday, it was Timpson making 3 straight layups in overtime to put the game away. Clark is the engine, but the tank is full of players who are ready when their number is called. That depth is why Indiana has won 4 straight against playoff teams, and it is why a night where Clark shoots 26 points and 9 assists, and Mitchell scores 20, can still feature someone else as the turning point. Clark also addressed what the Dream bring defensively, something that has made this the toughest matchup of Indiana's season.
just proud of our group, super resilient. I thought our zone defense really...
Reese finished with 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. The double-double will be the headline in some places. The 5 of 16 shooting and the 8 missed layups throughout the game will be the headline in others. But the image that is going to define this game for a long time is not a stat line. It is the footage of a wide-open layup rolling off the rim at the buzzer, while Caitlin Clark walks behind the player who missed it and smiles. That image has already been called the meme of the year. It has already been shared by Portnoy, DraftKings, Clay Travis, Linda Cohn, and Rachel Demita. It is going to be the image people remember from the 2026 WNBA season, long after the playoff bracket is decided. Indiana visits Toronto on Tuesday. The regular season is entering its final stretch. The playoff seeding race is tightening, and Caitlin Clark is playing the best basketball of her career at exactly the right time. 26 points and 9 assists in overtime on the road against the toughest defense Indiana faces all season, then walking off the floor smiling while the sports world makes it a meme. The rivalry is alive. Clark got the last laugh, and the footage is going to be around for a long time. What do you think? Was Caitlin Clark's reaction to Angel Reese's miss the most iconic moment of the WNBA season? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications because Indiana hosts Toronto on Tuesday, and this winning streak is not stopping. We will see you in the next one.